omnibus meeting to order, Village Council for the Union City, Ohio for September 16th, 2025. And we'll open with a word of prayer.
In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit, amen. Dear God, we give you this meeting opportunity. Please take away our despair of yesterday that would keep us bound. Please open a path and illumine our minds of community spirit to move forward one step at a time. Make us whom you would have us be. Have us be that we might do as Jesus would have us do. Remove all anger, fear, and pain. May the Holy Spirit be with us all at this meeting. Amen. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
We'll stand
Please
for the
rise for
pledge.
the pledge. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Diane Hedrow. Here. Ron Raymer.
Here.
K.I.S. Eddie Lang. Homer Stallman.
Present.
David Waldman. Here.
Motion for consent of the agenda.
Motion.
Ron Raymer.
Yes.
Eric Kress.
Yes.
Homer Stallman.
Yes.
David Waldman.
Yes.
Diane Hedrow. Yes.
Okay, I'd entertain a motion to excuse Eddie Lang.
Motion.
Second. Eric Kress.
Yes.
Homer Stallman.
Yes.
David Waldman.
Yes.
Diane Hedrow. Yes. Ron Raymer.
Yes.
Okay, next portion is for village citizens. Any village citizens would like to speak?
Yes.
Okay.
Do I stand up or?
You can stand, just state your name.
My name's Brian Hunley. I live at 219 North Cedar Street. My complaint is for a property on 109 East Oak. I know everything's in the process, but that doesn't really help me out any. I mean, I
You say 119 Oak?
109.
109.
109. Okay.
He keeps bringing more junk in, and I did talk to the actual owner of the property today finally, with some help. And he is going to be there tomorrow to take out more. I don't understand how it got to this far where I'm sure there's ordinances about how you're supposed to keep your house and everything. And this just, I mean, winter's coming and all the rodents, everything, is gonna start looking for a new place and where they're gonna go. So I'm very concerned.
I mean, I can also speak on this a little bit. I have picked up 7 needles in the last 10 days there. My kid cannot go out and ride a bike, neither of them. I can't walk my dogs. I've had to pick up multiple broken glass bottles. About a week and a half ago, there's actually a grown woman, since there's no water service there, walked out in the yard and defecated in the yard. Broad daylight, didn't care. So sanitary is, there's somehow a temporary electric box there. But yeah, my dog's kids.
Electric, he's allowed to have. I'm just being straight up and forward with everybody, because I talked to him. He cannot get it shut off because they were working on his property. Now, this gentleman, I guess, has rights, and I know they're going through the process, but
Well, my concern would be, is there a building permit there? Because the whole inside of the house is gutted, and without the proper building permit and going through with that, I'm unsure on how that's safely hooked up there. And with obviously no water, there's jugs, mattresses, carpets, drywall. They've built multiple lean-tos out of skids and whatever scrap wood they can find. But the big thing is, my kids aren't the only kids that live in that block. I believe he has grandkids. Like, he has a nice fenced-in area, but they should be able to explore more than a little area. We have a alley that is pretty much non-used by anyone, that our kids, grandkids, neighborhood kids should be able to utilize. And I mean, I can't even walk a dog on a leash out there without picking up dirty used needles, glass. I mean, I know the health department is in contact with everything, but
Contacted them and.
but that's like my health, my safety, my community's health and safety, and I mean, there's drug activity. We've had, one of the neighbors has had all their lights stolen out of their vehicles. Change went through in their cars. I mean, at what point can I go clean up the trash in the yard? And I don't even want billed. I just don't want my kids to get hurt. I mean, I've got pictures if anyone's interested in seeing it, because I don't think you could walk 2 feet into this property without some type of hazard.
I mean, it's not that far, you can all just take your vehicles and just go down the alley and see what I'm upset about.
Because from the front, it does not look as bad. The empty jugs of laundry detergent and empty bottles, that can be overlooked. But when you see the back, Rumpke looks nicer than this. Like, there's
Even the junkyard's supposed to have a fence around it.
So you said you contacted the admin building today? You contacted?
He came into the office today.
Yeah, I was asking, I'm trying to get my ducks lined
Well,
up.
it sounds like the guy that owns the property is in the process of trying to take care of it, right?
Yes, he is.
So,
But,
and then he's also gonna try to clean it, correct?
right, he's supposed to be
So,
there
I
tomorrow
mean-
and he wants to meet me.
To me, it sounds like he's,
Is there anything you guys can do to help push, I mean, it's,
because prior to that, I believe you told me you had a conversation with the tenants squad. I don't know
Right.
what it is, and
Yes.
they were very unhelpful. Pretty much told them,
that's not my problem, it's the landlords.
deal with them.
Because I got off work and I talked to, I came up to the water department to see if I could find out if the water was on or not.
Yeah.
Okay, and it led to one thing or another, and I talked to a guy, and he watched them. He said he parked somewhere and was watching them, they were actually cleaning stuff out and putting it on thing, which was true, that was the landlord. But when I got home, there was a different vehicle, and I explained it to the landlord, with junk on the trailer that they were putting into the yard, and it looked like an old, like diner's seat. It's like, and I just walked over to the alley where the thing was, like, when did this become a dumping ground? He goes, well, you gotta take all this up with the landlord. I was like, okay, so all this is yours? I mean, it's
So
unreal.
is the tenants bringing it in, the landlord's trying to take it out?
Yes.
Is that what I
Property
understand?
owners hauled multiple trailers of debris and trash off the property in the last, I'm going to say month. Multiple. At his expense, he's hauled it off. He started the eviction process, but the
Okay.
gentleman is squatting on the property, and that eviction process is where we are right now. As soon as he can evict the subject from the property, the village can go in and clean it all up in a day. But until I get to that point, there's just, we're stuck.
So with the needles and whatnot, can that not be like, I mean, that's my biggest concern. Kids go through there. Like, I don't know, for the next month, am I supposed to just keep the kids in the front yard again, or keep them out of the alley, or like, can that not be a
You can
poli-
go down and police the area for
Well,
needles.
Well, they-
if you're finding needles, you ought to
Oh,
call
they're-
Mark as soon as you see
You
it.
should just call 911 when you see something that you're questioning,
Yeah.
and let them deal with it immediately instead of waiting 2 weeks to get to a council meeting. So,
We used to find needles, like when I first put up the fence on Vine Street, people would sit over there and shoot up and throw their needles in my flower beds all the time.
yeah.
And I would basically call the police department and be like, hey, I got a needle down here, and they'd come get it, and
That's where we
They
are.
have
We'll
sharp
start
speed
speeding.
limits.
resources
for-
We'll
Yeah.
clean it up
for
as
needle.
soon as we get to the point where we can go on the property and remove them.
well, that alley
If
that,
we do it now, there's a conversation that, that's still.
I mean, and I know he'd probably be in the same boat as me. There's that like cross alley. If the cops wanna sit there and, I mean, it would shine right into that backyard. I don't know if that would help. And I know they have bigger things to worry about, and they can't just sit at one property and, but yeah, if they're, I mean,
said,
from-
in the-
one thing I did Cheyenne, to help my problem, is I put some like motion lights there.
There's camera, yeah.
So it would lighten up the area, so now it's not a dark spot. I mean,
But,
it
yeah,
was,
I mean, my whole garage is lit up with that, and I've got
Like
cameras and
floodlights.
everything, but, the owner actually said if I see people there, he's supposed to be putting up some kind of fence and put a sign for no dumping. That if we would just snap pictures. I mean,
Yeah.
Is there a best way dumpster on the property?
there
Just
will be
like-
tomorrow, there will be a dumpster on that property tomorrow, if they can get it in there.
Can't the people figure out how to use a dumpster? I mean, it's on the bill, if it comes every, we're billed for it, and then they should use the container.
Yeah.
Oh, so there is not a dumpster there then?
That was my concern, well, like with the water department, I know my bill, trash and everything's included.
Yeah.
But
Right.
when it comes trash time, you see them with a roller, I don't know where they're getting it from, it's like, okay, who's
They
paying for
took it
that?
from me. I paid for 2, they took it from me.
Oh, I see, I
So I mean,
didn't
it's-
from us.
Yeah, I mean, but once again, I'm not gonna go argue about a track.
Did they dump it?
Oh, they put it out by their
If they
yard.
don't
I
have.
bet,
water,
did they
then
dump
don't
it?
Did they
on
dump
there?
theirs? Yeah.
Did they dump,
The trash truck picked it up and dumped it.
they dump the ones across from my street, if they're not paid, they don't dump them, they're still sitting there full. There's been 2 the last couple weeks.
Yeah, we're having the same issue down on the end of our street.
well, it sounds like we got a plan. And
So the
we
eviction
just gotta kinda
process
wait, and
is in
unfortunately,
place,
you just
it's
gotta
still
wait until
time.
it plays out a little bit to see what we can do, is what it sounds like.
The courts, and then it'll be done. And probably, I don't know if the tenant or the occupant will leave under his own will, but worst case, the police will remove him.
Yeah, I think there are like multiple. I know I've seen at least 5 different cases, but I mean, if they're all
Undesirable.
Yeah, I don't know who's all staying there.
Yeah.
There's always some that go and go and come.
I know I've seen John Keane and a few others down there, so I mean that kind of gives you the idea of the crowd.
Something we could do to make it more undesirable for everybody.
Yeah, I'm glad that you
Once
got
that
through to one of the
eviction takes
landlords
place,
or the
we
owner
can
of it.
go in
'Cause-
Help the landlord.
think so,
Yeah,
yeah,
Brittany.
Brittany.
The property
Yeah.
owner grants us permission to be on the property, we'll just clean it up with a skid loader,
Yeah.
remove everything, and it'll be gone.
I mean, I wonder, do you know if the owner has any intentions on like fixing it up or?
It sounds like he
That would've happened.
wanted to, but
He would love to fix it up, or he would love to sell it to somebody that will fix it up.
Is it still? Was it Tim? Is that the one on the
Yeah.
GIS map? Who was that? Who has it?
Yes.
You spoke to? Okay. I'm glad to hear that.
so he will be there tomorrow. He'd really be like, I'd really like to meet you. This
Well,
is the
whenever
time
he's
I'm
there,
home,
right?
so-
I can come over too.
They set their
Yeah.
trash out there. Oh, they're gonna pick that.
Okay.
Cause I'm the type of person, I'll do my thing, you guys do yours, but
About
Yeah.
a year.
I just like to be left alone, but I don't like looking at all that.
Yeah.
P&A title.
Appreciate you
service
coming in.
agency.
Sounds like, there's a plan in place.
Does it update on
We'll get it cleaned up as quick as we can. Okay. Dixie, you have anything? Nothing tonight? Okay, welcome back. Welcome back.
Oh, yeah.
Project updates.
I don't have any updates, anything different from 2 weeks ago. We're working on the USDA grant application, literally as we speak, it should be submitted to them to start the RCAP process of that funding, by the end of the week.
Administrative reports, nothing. Committee reports, none. Ordinances and resolutions, I don't see anything here. Under old business, I think this was a request from a couple of different meetings. There's an ordinance notice list, a copy of it in your packet. I guess the only thing I'm gonna add to that is if you see or if you know of a property that's not on this list, that we get that over to, either Brittany or Kyle, if you've got a contact number for Kyle. Or Brittany can get that address to them.
So none, I take it none of these were fines, they actually took care of it themselves before it got that way. I'm not seeing any dollar amounts on here for,
I believe that it's been addressed before it got to the fine stage, yes.
I was gonna say, that's what it looks like. Or otherwise sent to the health department.
Correct.
Looks like a couple of them still say current, but there's one more recent, yeah.
I don't see yours on here.
No, that's not.
And those are marked forwarded to the health department. Did somebody file, do you file an actual complaint? Or
I don't do it, Kyle does.
Kyle does? Kyle goes over and files a complaint, that's, okay. I was wondering if somebody needed to be signing off on those or not, because I don't have a problem.
Taking care of that, I know the Dark County Health Department's been here on more than one occasion, work on properties with Kyle.
Okay. I know, I don't have a problem signing that.
The condemnation
Complaint.
process, the minimum housing standard process is a little bit different in Ohio versus Indiana, so there's a learning curve to that. It's actually basically done through the health department, so.
Okay. Okay, any questions or additions? Nope.
And I think, I don't know, is this the Google Doc yet?
Yeah, the one that Kyle sent, yeah.
Okay, but I think what we're doing, we're in the process of turning into a live document. So you guys will have a login to Google Docs, and you'll be able to see as it updates and as it grows, you'll be able to keep track of it yourself through Google Docs.
Okay, under new business, do you want to discuss the first one?
Yeah, I just provided you guys the copy of the disconnection procedures for the state of Ohio. Running into issues with figuring out water shut off due to like providing a notice and not really being able to. So I just provided that for you to understand like why we haven't and like why I've just been balancing forward the past due water bills. I am working on finding state, federal resources for people that are not able to pay their water bill. As a water department, you're supposed to have contacts for them for that.
Okay, so this is for their information to review and come back with
Yeah.
a suggestion.
Cause we will be in the new month, if we do water, if doing water shut off is fine, we are able to like get door hangers and provide a notice for them in 24 hours. But new bills will already be sent out and we'll already be in a new month by the time we are able to shut off water for the prior month's usage.
Yeah.
So potentially, by the time someone gets their water shut off, they're gonna be 2 months behind.
Yeah.
That's basically the catch-22.
That's standard for the state, and that's what we
We're
gotta follow.
okay with doing that, but
Yeah.
we just felt it better that the group has a complete understanding of what we're looking at when we create this process. and
Can you
start
explain that?
following it.
Can you explain that again to me, please? So I'm kind of.
The water bill's due on the 15th. If they don't pay it, there's a 14-day grace period. That makes the 29th the first process day that we could, in theory, shut the water off, which there's so many processes that have to be followed. Direct notice, communication, giving them options for how they can pay the water bill, all those things. We're going to be halfway through the next billing cycle before we can even shut the water off. So in theory, they're going to automatically be open for 2 months. And that doesn't even cover the conversation that we have to provide them a payment plan, which now they're 2 months going into 3 months behind, and you have to figure out how to catch them up in a short period of time when they could be owing several $100s by the time.
And still accruing a bill for months that they're using.
Okay, so my question, that's what I was understanding, okay? Will you explain to me? I want to make sure I understood it right.
It's a clunky process.
Right, I understand. So one of the questions that has been asked me by several residents is when they don't get their water bill or when they're supposed to or whatever. That's been a problem.
We can't control what the USPS does with the water.
Right, and that's what I tell
We
them.
send it out.
You can
They
look,
should be receiving it sometime around the first of the month.
you can always look at the
Bill
corner of the
due
water bill.
15th.
My stamp machine will tell you the date that I stamped it and sent it out.
Well, and
Then
that's
you
what I
can
tell
look
them.
at the post office date stamp and see that sometimes it's not processed for a day or two later. They're mailed out the 25th, 26th of the month. And you guys don't sometimes receive them for a
And
week.
we go above and beyond. We drive them to Greenville so they go Dayton to Union City to get here quicker than Muncie to Dayton to Cincinnati to wherever they go when you go that way. And we do everything within our power to control to get them to our customers.
That's what, and that's what you said before in here, and that's what I was trying to explain. I just wanted to, if this comes up again and asks me,
My
I want to be able to.
suggestion would be that they contact the village.
That's what I told them to do.
They do online, they do paperless billing so that we email the statement instead of mailing it. There's avenues that the customer can take to get it quicker than just depending on a paper bill.
And this is one of the things I told them too. I said, if you know about how much your water bill is, pay a couple dollars or a few dollars extra every month. You know, and then that way.
I mean, it's due on the
If they
15th of the month regardless though. I mean,
Right.
whether or not you get the mail, it's been due on the 15th.
Right, I mean, you know when it's due, so
They'll do
if
on
you don't know,
15th
just call.
forever.
That's
Yeah.
what I keep telling them, but.
You can call the admin
Okay.
building, they can give you the exact amount that they owe, they can.
That's what I've been telling them too, but that's the way he explained it to me, because I had people ask me, and that's what I told them, and I wanted to make sure, have him explain it to me again, so I wasn't telling them something that
Yeah,
wasn't,
yeah.
okay. Thank you very
They can
much, I
contact
appreciate that,
Whitney
sorry.
or Adam, and they,
Everybody knows when their bills due, everybody knows what their average bill is, so, I mean, you probably ought to already had that figured into your budget.
We have the ability to do online payments.
Yeah, the Village of Union City, Ohio.org. There'll be a red tab on the left-hand side and it says pay water bill.
Can't you access that through the app too if they use it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's just like a drop-down menu and
Through
it,
the app and through the website.
yeah.
Okay. I don't know if I'm not talking, I'm sorry if I'm not,
Yes.
so maybe quiet. We had an issue with our water bill. I don't understand the whole process. We've never been late. You're saying go online and do it. We always bring ours up so we have a receipt and we had our water shut off.
How long
So,
ago
I
is
mean-
this?
I would have to have
Wasn't that long
specifics
ago?
of, well, I can't answer your question because I don't have the facts in front of me, but, I mean.
Well, I'm saying,
the guys
without
that-
that receipt though, I mean,
Well, if you pay it online, you would get a receipt.
Through
via
email.
okay, what would make the difference paying it online or going
You
to
pay
the
a
office and pay it?
processing fee online, it's like, it's a very minimal, I
Yeah,
think it's
know,
like
but I'm saying,
2%, but,
What's gonna prevent this? I mean,
uh,
the explanation we got is there's so many of them and your system's not the greatest, you have to,
It's manual entry, yes.
Right.
Yep, and we do $575, yeah, 575 water bills monthly between the two of us, entering in payments.
so that's
between-
what I'm saying,
Yeah.
what's gonna benefit doing it online or the way we're doing it?
you get a paper or a digital receipt, like, so with the email, like if your wife pays it, it'll just go there and if there's a discrepancy, just bring it up to Brittany and you'd have that email, or,
So your receipts, whenever you make a payment online, I get the receipt emailed to me immediately. As soon as I get the emailed receipt to me in my email, you guys can make a payment at 6:01 in the morning and I'll get the receipt when I'm at work. I enter in credit card payments every single morning when I get them and all throughout the day.
So it's actually better getting
Yeah,
into the
the-
system that way than.
The cash payments, yeah, when you guys are making like your payments in cash, a lot of you guys are coming in on like the same amount of crowds. So like, I mean, when you guys start paying water bills, there's 40, 50, 60 of you sometimes a day. We do make papers. I'm pretty good about entering in my payment and my papers. I enter them in as I get them. But again, you still have to go through, and then also the system. My coworkers say that he entered something in on the system, like a payment. Like you came in to make your payment, and he put it into the system that you made your payment. Say I pulled your name up the same day, I would not be able to see that he keyed in that you made a payment.
Might be.
So sometimes he'll think that I entered in a payment, and I'll think he entered in a payment, and then we just print, update, clear, and process bills, and there's one missed and two missed. It's usually about 5 or less that are missed monthly. It's been a lot better. Like last month there was only 2.
Thank you, I was just,
Yeah, no.
And are you
It's-
also saying the bills are sent out electronically, right?
We can, yeah, you have the option.
So there's where your benefit is for what a lot of people I'm hearing are concerned about, is they're not getting their bill in a timely manner. If they sign up for electronic billing, they're gonna get that bill immediately.
Yeah, you get the bill about a week sooner with like if we email you the bill. We do meter reads the 15th of the month, and then the bills can be ready by the 18th, and then. So we also manually stuff our envelopes for the bills too. We thankfully have a printer that folds them, but I mean it's just a time-consuming process sometimes.
Actually, from personal experience, our bill was 2 weeks getting delivered this time, even though, you know, I kept asking Brittany, and she
I
gave
think
me,
I sent you
she
the
gave,
total
yeah,
instead.
she gave me a total. I said, it's fine, I'll pay it.
Mine was in
And
the
I was ready to
mailbox
pay
Saturday, I
it
guess,
before,
'cause I got
long
home
before
Sunday and
the
it was
mail
there.
got there.
So I dropped it off the other morning on the way to work.
What if they put their bill in the mail to you, and you don't get it till the 15th?
As long as I see on the envelope that it was posted from the post office prior to the 15th, I'll honor it like return late.
Just asking before somebody asks that question.
Cross that one covered.
Just check, I figured that's gonna be the next thing that gets thrown out.
They used to do this every 3 months, didn't they, or every other
Okay.
month?
So the best thing to do is get the bill electronically sent to you, and then you can come up with that email and pay your bill on the 15th or before, and get a paper receipt.
He used to do that, dude.
There you go. So,
Yeah.
quick bill, quick
And then
pay,
3 months
problem.
paid or something like that.
I paid a late payment.
I also have people
just
that will
paid
call
it.
like the same
Go
day I'll
on.
mail
I
their
don't-
mail
don't
their
tell
bill
me
out.
anything
They'll
different
also
about it.
call for their payment. I'll be like, I'll process it, I'll put it in the
It's a waste
system.
of
I'm like, well,
time.
you're gonna still get your bill in the
I
mail,
looked
but
even
you can
asking
ignore
me,
it.
and went,
There's a lot of loopholes. It's honestly just a system from like before I was born. I'm not kidding you.
Small village.
So you're saying it needs to be updated?
It's from 93 and I'm from 95.
But it works for the most part.
I did payroll 4 times today. I finally uploaded the file at 5.
Okay.
15.
Okay. Any other discussion on that?
Thanks for
Next.
explaining that to me again.
Next up, UCO Fire Department to hire Allison Moore.
I didn't include the full application because it was 45 pages, so I included the name and then the reference.
Can we block these all into one?
If you don't mind, I'd like to block them into 2, and I'll explain why.
All right, we'll block them. Tell us which two you want to block, Kurt.
I'd like to block Allison Moore and Seth Kaiser.
Okay?
And the reason for that is the background check has come back on those 2. We were able to interview them a little earlier, so those are good to go as far as approval of council. Both Allison and Seth are currently in EMT class, the classes that they're paying for on themselves. And so it's not going to be a cost to us. It'll probably be January before we're able to start using them as a certified member, but they'll be able to interact with the department, come on calls, and get familiar with things that'll help speed things up when it's time to go on.
I'll make a motion to make Allison Moore and Seth Kaiser part-time employees.
Second.
Homer Stallman,
Yes.
David Walkerman,
Yes.
Cheyenne Tedrow,
Yes.
Ron Reimer,
Yes.
Eric Rust.
Yes.
All right, Chris, what about the other 2 candidates?
The other 2, we just interviewed last night, and I know the background check's been sent off to them, and we're waiting for that to come back, so I'd like that to be a approval conditional of a positive outcome check. background check, which I don't think is gonna be an issue. Charles Rock is a paramedic. He's been around for a long time. I've known Charles. He's a good guy. Jennifer Rush is an EMT already. She works for Spirit and is interested in part-time. And our committee met last night, interviewed them, and would like to hire both of these individuals as well. Again, conditional that the background check comes back on it.
I think we probably ought to do these separately just because of that pending background check. I make a motion to hire Charles Rock part-time depending the outcome of his background check.
Second.
David Walkerman,
Yes. Yes.
Cheyenne Tedrow,
Yes.
Ron Raymer,
Yes.
Eric Rust,
Yes.
Homer Stallman.
Yes.
Make a motion to hire Jennifer Rush part-time depending background check results.
Second.
Cheyenne Tedrow,
Yes.
Ron Raymer,
Yes.
Eric Rust,
Yes.
Homer Stallman,
Yes.
David Walkerman.
Yes.
Okay, any other new business that got overlooked?
These last two, that, will a start date be?
I would be able to put them on the schedule for October.
You were mentioned a couple months ago about you needing EMT help. Will this satisfy your?
This will help dramatically. It'll be even better come January, because hopefully by then, these first two will be certified and that'll help.
But I mean, will that after January? Will you have all your gaps filled? Just out of
Part-time varies, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's, I'd probably still use one or two more because these kids occasionally get sick, things like that.
Just curious, 'cause I know that if this is a lot better than what you've been running.
Okay.
So, we call it council part.
Not yet. Any emergency business or ordinances? Nothing? Call the council, Eric?
So, the city dumpster, is there a way for our citizens to access it on the weekends? Because we got a lot of people in town that work our work at the same time you guys are at your work, and we're all home at the same time. So the only opportunity they would have is on Saturday or Sunday.
So, yes, but we would have to map out the logistics of that. So there is one guy on call for the whole community from public utilities.
I'm asking for a close friend, me.
Right on camping?
The long and the short of it is we would have to publish the street department phone number. Then that phone rings to mine, and then I could access the on-call guy to go on.
So we don't have an on-call phone that they could just carry, so we don't bother you?
No, it goes, the street department on the Indiana side has a published office number for the street department. That phone is forwarded to my phone. I answer it when it rings, and I'll activate the on-call person as needed for any problem either side of town.
I told you I've been fixing my fence.
It's not a problem to do
Well-
that. It's just,
It's either A, I thought about putting an ad out there for people who wanna have bonfire wood, cause it's cedar, there's nothing wrong with it. Or I've
Don't
already
tell the
cut it in
neighbor,
2-foot
please.
wide pieces, for me to handle easier. The other option I have is to
it's.
haul
it's
it up
a-
here.
It's a common padlock key, so just call me and I can meet you at the gate. I can do it. We don't even have to
Alright.
send somebody in.
Well, but then I was also wanting to ask for the whole group, because I know there's a lot of working class
The-
people, and the only time they can clean
logistics of
yards and
that
stuff.
can be worked out. We would just have to consciously publish what that process is.
Yeah, so, I think maybe we might wanna, I think that would help with some, maybe not your current issue.
No.
But-
It wouldn't help with
But,
that.
but
You're not sure.
there is a lot of people in town that stockpile stuff. And I'm not saying, tires and chemicals, we've got that own cleanup thing for that in the spring. But other times of the year, they do projects or something, And we are wanting people to beautify their houses and improve the property value around here. And if they knew they had access to something like this, cause that's, you know, our tax money that
used
they're
to.
paying into this is contributing for that dumpster.
Didn't
And I
we
think
used
that would be a benefit, that they know that there's a process that they could utilize to
I thought we used
do
to
those
have a
weekend
dumpster.
projects and not feel that they got a
Yeah,
miss a
there's
day's worth of
laws.
work to clean it up or something.
Yeah, there's literally somebody on call 24
Which I thought
hours
was
a day,
great, but
7
yeah,
days a
we
week.
used to took it away.
If there is a problem, we
Some
could very
jacktard decided,
address
yeah,
that
that makes
over
sense.
the weekends with little to no trouble whatsoever. We would just have to deliberately explain what that process is.
I think maybe we work on getting that done, at least get the information out to the citizens.
We,
We can do that.
And there again, you know, we know it's gotta be a resident, can't be a landlord, it's got, you know, the stipulations.
Out of the village.
And they gotta, you
Killed all of
know,
our
show,
address
show
down
a,
there,
you know,
landlord.
a valid ID showing that they are a resident of the community, you know, cause we don't want people from Greenville
Don't
coming.
know half the citizens.
Well, if they're
in town.
squatters, they have some type of right,
Well,
so I
if we
don't
have
know.
to see an ID, we're
Which
gonna know
is-
who they are, because if
Which
they don't
is the
show it on
reason
their
it
ID.
got to that point, because we had landlords outside of the village hauling stuff in and
Yeah.
filling the dumpsters. And
Well, I'm not
so they,
opposed
they
to-
ended up ruining it for the
There-
entire
we-
village.
You know, we can sit here and we can talk a lot about some of the renters in town, but we also have a lot of good renters in town that get bad names from the bad renters.
You're right, and we need to provide them
and we
an
need to not just,
opportunity and
you know,
outlet.
I'm not saying the landlord could use it, but if that renter is doing something to improve the property that he's living on, well, then we should give him the same courtesy as we would a homeowner.
Yep.
And I think a valid ID, cause if you're renting and you're living there and you've been there a couple of years, that's gonna be on your ID. And they show an ID showing where they're from, confirm their residency, and then we allow them to put the stuff in the dumpster.
It's a simple
Yeah.
ask, and it's
Yeah.
not gonna be a problem.
Hey, before you open the gate, can I see your ID? Sure, here you go. Just wanna confirm that you're a resident before we open this up, just to keep everything on the up and up.
The only struggle will be is, because they come in and they do both plants, they check the water towers, they do all these things
Oh, I know.
on the weekends. So they generally try to have that process started by 8, so, most generally they're.
So they could be done
an
by
hour and a
noon.
half or
Yeah.
2 hours doing the plant checks and making sure everything's operating as
Yeah.
expected. If they get home at 11 and at 11:15, they're coming back to work to let the gate open, and then they go home, and then they come back at 1:15, and, that could be a little tedious, but it's also something that we can absolutely overcome.
Well, and I know Halloween's coming, and this is being recorded, so I got a ton of wood if anybody's wanting bonfire stuff coming up. You haul.
Should take out
That's
ends
it.
on this.
I'll help you
You gotta
load.
cut it yourself?
No, it's already cut down 6 foot by 2 foot. All you gotta do is put it in the
Okay.
truck bed, and I'll even help you load it. That's where I'm at. And I have enough, you could have one heck of a fire. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, anybody else?
Was there any updates with the trailer park that they brought up last time? Like, did we figure out a way to get the health department involved with it, down behind North Street?
We are working on that. That is an absolute train wreck to get to the bottom of that hole. So
we kinda have an issue down on the end of Market Street too,
we're working on that one at the same time.
okay, cause, they were on my property, my dogs were going nuts, they woke me up about 3 o'clock in the morning.
One of the things I would want to do when we're looking at that South Market Street area, I don't have any prices yet because I haven't had time to do it, but I really want to rent like a forestry tool, because what would be the west side of that wooded area is still part of the city right away, and it's all over.
Yeah.
So I would like to lease or rent a forestry tool for a skid loader and go in and open up and clear out what is the village's right of way in that area, which I think would expose more of what's going on and provide visibility.
She's get rid of the whole thing, as
You
far
talking
as
about
I'm
the right of way that goes
concerned.
down all the way through
It
to
doesn't
Peppermint?
It doesn't go all the way through, there is a break, but it goes a good way down towards
I think it stops about 50 foot.
I'd just like to see all those
I
trees.
would really like to clean that up, so the village could better maintain it, and then I think when you take a third of that woods out, I think it's going to make it more visible for shenanigans that are going on back there.
Because there is definitely some shenanigans going on in there.
Do you have a skid steer with high flow unit on it?
We have to.
With high flow units? Cause you have to have high flow unit to run the head. You can run the head for a day or run ahead for a week.
Yeah, we looked into it when we built the soccer fields on the Indiana side, we just didn't do it, we did it with a
Chris little
backhoe,
city
but I think that would be the quickest and the
It's
easiest.
gonna, you can grind a tree, with pecan heads, you can grind a tree up 6-8 inches. Notch it down, knock the top off of it, grind it to the ground with the head.
Your house is very nice.
So you can take, clear out quite a bit
Take the
in
house
a little
with
bit
you.
of time.
There's a couple other areas around the village I'd like to use that device on as well, but I haven't had a chance to look into it yet, to see what the
Well,
process is.
if we got that device, like some of these alleys are getting overgrown, could we use that to trim back the trees a little bit? Even though we say they're homeowners, but like, we're just cutting the alleyway
In
open.
some cases, yes, we could use it in
You
those
can
areas.
side trim it with the head as high as it'll reach. It's
Yeah.
just gonna splinter the trees back, but some of the stuff I've done in the past with them, because we do forestry obviously, it does stunt the growth quite a bit more than trimming it. The only thing is you got that county side ditch look as they go through there with their machine and hack the trees, but you could always trim the nasty stuff off by hand once you cut it back quickly too.
I bet if we go down 90% of the alleys in town, a lot of them's already overgrown because no one's maintaining those trees along that alleyway already.
90% we're gonna
Like,
scrap.
I would go down and trim the one towards the west side of my alley, behind my house, just in case I needed to drive through it so it didn't scratch my truck. I knew that lady wasn't gonna do it. I'd just go down there with a, like, chainsaw, just.
Good idea. Like
Just get us a price.
Yeah, it's a better opportunity to purchase it, to have it available both sides, and possibly
I
lease
would
one.
love to purchase one,
It's
but
very
I don't know that
expensive.
we have enough work to justify the expense of purchasing one. I think leasing one for a week and then using it for that week and then maybe doing that once a year is probably enough.
Okay.
But in looking at that South Market Street problem specifically, I think if we thinned out that woods and cleaned up our right of way that goes 3/4 of the way through that wooded area, I think that exposes more of the stuff that's taking place in that woods and makes the woods not so deep and not so dark.
Yeah.
So I think that is the first step to cleaning
Why
up
do we have
that
to keep the
problem.
woods at all?
If you lease one once, then you know what kind of time frame you're gonna have and what dollar value you
And
get out of it in the
that's
future.
biggest project really that we would need it for, but is cleaning up that woods. But I would like to expose the cities or the villages right away on South Market Street, just because right now it's all overgrown and it needs to be
Yeah.
exposed.
It needs lights. It needs lights.
Yeah. Ted.
Yeah, I know.
So,
I just wasn't gonna say
That's
this.
on my list of things to do before the weather gets too shitty.
With that right
But
away.
ever since I was a young kid, even just getting that thing mowed was an issue. Like, we was lucky if they'd come once a year to mow it.
Is there any way
And
to
it
put
broke my heart, cause we were
street
little,
lights
that's where
up
we
there or
played all the
something?
time, so we didn't want it mowed.
Well, that's what the people that are occupying it now are saying also, they don't want it cleaned up, so let's go in and clean it up and.
But if you took a poll of residents, either down State Line or down First Street, they'll tell you they'd like it cleaned up because there is a lot of activity back
I want
there.
the
I know
wooded
it's
area
behind
cut down. That's what I
my
want.
house.
Well, we ain't got young kids playing back there at war every year, every night either, like we did back when I was growing up.
Tell me
Like,
about it.
that was the
Yeah.
reason we wanted it over.
Yeah, they're not playing. They're doing something else.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, Steve, I just got one more thing. I don't know about everybody else, but have we got any more, like, leads on lawyer yet or anything? Where we stand on that?
Chance has sent me a couple names, I made phone calls and requested a meeting, I don't have that information just yet, but I'm working on it. I sent Chance another message today, I haven't heard back from him yet. I'm probably going to specifically, because we have, enough, make myself notes. We have enough legal stuff that I think we need kind of almost a specialized attorney to get us through the next 6 months. I wanna find somebody that's kind of specializes in municipal law, because, you know, we're going to have to tip the industrial park. You know, we have things that have to be done and done correctly, so, I don't know that we need that every single day, but I think in the short run, we probably should look at that as well, so. And here's a question for you. Do you guys have financial advisors that you've used in the past?
Like, my financial advisor guy?
No, for the village.
Not that I'm aware of.
Like Union City, Indiana uses Baker Tilly, which is financial advisors. And they have the financial advisor aspect has their own attorney that represents us when we TIF an area or we're doing a neighborhood or whatever. I just wondered if the village already had someone.
Not that I'm aware of. That Dwayne and I have sat here the longest, and
I'm not aware.
I think this is year 10 or 11. I've been doing this maybe longer. I can't ever remember a financial advisor coming to a meeting.
Okay, well, that is one of the questions that Brittany and I are working on the application, who is the village's financial advisory. So we'll probably be looking for something along that line as well. We can probably start with the Julian and group, which we already have an agreement with, and see if they'll take it on, but, you know, we're going to need to basically build out all the financial documents for this grant application, so. Just giving you a heads up, we're not quite there yet, but we will be soon.
I can see the advantage to having one for sure,
I have a conference call with Julian and group on Thursday if we made a mention sometime.
because most people sitting in this room probably have a financial advisor already personally, so that manage their, hopefully get the retirements, Michael. So, huh?
We have a CD that's coming due, I need to bring it to the next agenda.
Okay. Anybody else? Okay. Communications and announcements. Next council meeting, October 7th. And we're right
Trick or
there,
treat is for the community will be October 25th.
October 25th.
It'll start at 5 with the costume parade, trunk or treat, and then community-wide trick or treat will be 7 to 9. Last Saturday of October.
See, it's starting at like 4, 5 uptown.
5 to 7 will be costume parade and trunk or treat, and then
Yeah.
trick or treat will be 7 to 9 in the neighborhoods. Turn your light on if you wanna participate.
Okay. Do we need an executive session? Motion to adjourn or recess?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Ron Reamer,
Yes.
Eric Rust,
Yeah.
Homer Stallman,
Yes.
David Wagaman,
Yes.
Diane Tidwell.
Oh, God, what-
Yes, sir.